What time will iOS 16 be released? First announced in June at Apple's Worldwide Developers Conference, iOS 16 is launching today, September 12, 2022, in most countries around the world. Given a simultaneous worldwide release, some countries will not see a launch until the early hours of September 13. While Apple hasn't officially announced what time iOS 16 will be released, we have a fairly good idea based on previous releases, as Apple typically releases major operating system updates at around 10 a.m. Pacific time. There have been a few exceptions to this schedule, but only on a very limited basis and usually in somewhat unusual circumstances that we aren't seeing for iOS 16. Assuming the typical 10 a.m. Pacific launch time, iOS 16 will be available at approximately these times around the world. Honolulu, Hawaii, 7 a.m. HAST. Anchorage, Alaska, 9 a.m. Alaska Daylight Time. Cupertino, California, 10 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Phoenix, Arizona, 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Vancouver, Canada, 10 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Denver, Colorado, 11 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time. Dallas, Texas, 12 o'clock noon Central Daylight Time. New York, 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Toronto, Canada, 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Halifax, Canada, 2 p.m. Atlantic Daylight Time. Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, 2 p.m. Brasilia Time. London, United Kingdom, 6 p.m. British Summer Time. Berlin, Germany, 7 p.m. Central European Summer Time. Paris, France, 7 p.m. Central European Summer Time. Cape Town, South Africa, 7 p.m. South Africa Standard Time. Moscow, Russia, 8 p.m. Moscow Standard Time. Helsinki, Finland, 8 p.m. Eastern European Summer Time. Istanbul, Turkey, 8 p.m. TRT. Dubai, United Arab Emirates, 9 p.m. Gulf Standard Time. Delhi, India, 10:30 p.m. IST. Jakarta, Indonesia, 12 a.m. Western Indonesian Time next day. Shanghai, China, 1 a.m. Central Standard Time next day. Singapore, 1 a.m. Singapore Time next day. Perth, Australia, 1 a.m. Australian Western Standard Time next day. Hong Kong, 1 a.m. Hong Kong Time next day. Seoul, South Korea, 2 a.m. Korea Standard Time next day. Tokyo, Japan, 2 a.m. Japan Standard Time next day. Adelaide, Australia, 2:30 a.m. Australian Central Standard Time next day. Sydney, Australia, 3 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time next day. Auckland, New Zealand, 5 a.m. New Zealand Standard Time next day. Note that iPadOS 16 will not be launching alongside iOS 16 today, an unusual separation in Apple's release schedule. In early August, Bloomberg reported that Apple was planning to delay the launch of iPadOS 16 until October, and Apple has since confirmed that iPadOS 16 will indeed be launched sometime in October.